What's up guys, Scorch here with part 10 of my vehicle making tutorial, and this right now, oops, that's not what I wanted. This is what the vehicle looks like. So, in the last video we started texturing that tire. I finished doing the tread, and then I did everything else that went along with it. And then, real quick, to make your life a lot easier, to move this over to here, rather than completely UV mapping this tire, I just go copy, click on that creates that, and then we just rename this wheel right front. I'm gonna name it wheel right front 2 because I already have one. Never mind. We can separate it because that one's down there. And then we just go mirror on the x-axis. Make sure that's the only one available, and then that'll mirror it based on where that is. That has to be in the center. If it's not in the center, just save it, close out, reopen it, and it'll move it back to the center. However, you have to go flip, polygon select it all, and flip it, because although it looks inverted now, if you go display reset to world, that'll reset the axes and it'll flip it back. So now wheel right front and that wheel right front are the exact same. So, and then to get the back one, what it did is actually we only need one of these. Just get a dummy helper, name it left rear. Go center local axis to object, click on this back wheel, then copy. Yeah, copy local axis from one node to another. Select that, and then select the dummy node. So now that is in the same spot as the rear tire. Then what I did was I copied the front wheel again, because we want to keep the front wheel where it is. Center local axis to object, and then you want to click this, uncheck keep object, reset to world. That'll reset that, and that'll reset that, and that is in the same exact spot as the other one. Then modify scale, uncheck the left rear, go with the front one, then go in this mode, scale it up to fit that way, then go in this mode, and we don't want it to move it on the y-axis, so we're going to lock the x-axis. Scale it to there. Then we don't need that one anymore because this one's supposedly default, textured to default, or not UV mapped. This is the non-UV mapped one, and this one's gonna be wheel left rear. Then this one is the UV mapped, same as left front, and this left rear is the un-UV mapped one. So uncheck that one. Then keep object is off, copy, click on that, and now that is in the same exact spot as that one was. And then you can just mirror that one across the x-axis as well, and that'll give you the other wheel. So I'm actually going to do that, and then we don't need this dummy node anymore. We can just do that. Make sure keep objects on, reset to world, reset, and reset. So now we're gonna start replacing things. I did add dials in here. that goes along with the chassis on the dashboard here. With this, I just went polygon mode, selected just this part, detached it from the rest of the chassis, so that it was just that part showing. And then I went create grid from the back, and then just dragged it over, and then went vertex move, went from the left, and centers over here, so it showed up back here. So I just selected it, moved it, zoomed in, and then moved the vertices to line up with the curve of that, and then that flattened it out like how it is here. This I think was 10 by 10 I did. So if you go create that, it's 10 columns, 10 rows. And then I just UV mapped that. In order to, so if we go select surface, edit UV, keep old mapping, from there, force mapping, script key dials. So that is what that is. That is not right. That is all, that looks all messed up. Anywho, so this right here, that is that. I just scaled it so it'd be ginormous. And then these, each one of these blocks corresponds with the other one, and there was one row in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then this would be row 9, and that would be row 10. I just removed those so that I can move these separate from these, and this way there wasn't a bunch of polygons in between. So that's what I did there. And then there's 10, and there's, I think, 31 little boxes here. So I did have to select just one, UV map it, move it, and then I just moved them every 3. And I think the third one landed like there. Or no, the third one landed here, but I moved it to there because the last like 2 or 3 of these red ones don't even show up on most vehicles. So yeah, that's how, clear that. That's how that was UV mapped. So let's start with renaming this. We were real high to Econoline. Of course, it's saving, wasting time. Come on. Alright, so just real quick, some simple ones. Chassis, so just dismiss. It doesn't matter if any of these are checked. The chassis is going to show up down here then. So it's the old chassis. Just edit, delete, move this chassis into here. Oh, we have to move that into the chassis. Then convert block L0. Come down there, drag and drop that up into there, uncheck L0, unlock it, and then now when we go here and L0, that's what pops up. So this you can do for the chassis and most of this other stuff, besides windows and doors and the boot and the bonnet. And then wheels and hubs and suspension need like special tuning. So we'll get to those in the next video. So this is it for part 10. I will see you guys in part 11. Peace.